years ago, there lived a great and powerful king called Shango. He was bestowed with power by his mother's people in Nupe. His grandfather gave him thunderbolt stones which he used to summon thunder from the sky. This power made him known as the god of fire and thunder. Whenever he got angry, fire came out of his mouth. When he became ripe for marriage, his mother advised him to always respect every beautiful woman that came his way. Oba was the first woman that ever came his way. She was young, vibrant, and could dance just like Shango. They fell in love and got married. After years of barrenness, Shango wanted an heir. He asked his wife if he could find a concubine, and she agreed. One afternoon, he was coming from his friend's place when he passed a hut. The aroma of the food from the hut made him knock. A beautiful lady came out, and that was the beginning of a relationship between him, Shango, and Osun. Shango eventually took Osun home. Oba didn't have issue until Shango declared that Osun would be the only one cooking for him. She felt she had won her heart and loved her more than her. Osun never liked Oba. She felt her children would be the heir. Shango went to buy yam on market day and saw the most beautiful lady he had ever seen. The market was congested, so he couldn't talk with her. He followed her to the entrance of Ira town and saw as she put her fur to become an antelope before running off. He was shocked, so he went to see Oromila. He narrated what he saw to him. Oromila listened attentively, then consulted Ifa oracle. Ifa revealed everything about the lady to Oromila. He took Shango to his inner room. "My son, that antelope lady is very powerful and blessed. She controls the wind and earth." Shango was stunned till his jaws dropped. He never believed someone would be powerful like him. "I want her. How can I get her?" Shango asked. Oromila sighed. "Get her for and she will be yours, but please make sure she never gets angry. Her range is terrible." On the next market day, Shango hid behind a big rock to wait for Oya. An antelope approached sooner, looked around before turning into a woman. She hid her fur inside the bush before entering the market. Shango came out of his hiding and grabbed the fur. He ran home and the fur to eat it in a sacred room. When Oya back to the bush, she didn't find her fur. She knew it was impossible for her to enter without her fur. She began to cry. Shango came at the right time and consoled her. Eventually, he took her home. Yoruba people believe Oya was Shango's third wife, even though he didn't pay her dowry. The other wives hated her deeply. The news about Shango's strength and power spread all over Yoruba land and got to Oyo kingdom. The Alafin of Oyo, King Ajaka, sent for Shango. He told him about his cousin, Oluwo of Owo, and his wicked mission to take over the Yoruba kingdom. He had an agreement with Shango that whenever he needed him, he would come. He gave him cowries before he left. Shango was so happy he felt Oya was his good luck charm. He slept more in her room to the dismay of other wives. Oba and Osu pestered Shango about Oya. They wanted to know about her. After a while, he gave in and told him the full details. After the information, every time Oyo passed the other wives, they sang to mock her. She eats and drinks like human, but she is an animal, and her fall is in the sacred room. One quiet morning, she was lazy on the bed when the music played in her head. Sneak to the sacred room and found her fall. She became so angry. Shango was coming back when an antelope ran fast past him. He suspected it was his wife, so he ran inside to check and found out it was missing. He ran to Oromila's house. Oya ran to Ira Kingdom to meet her parents. They were pleased to see her again. After eating, she ran. She told them all that happened and her new husband. They got angry because he didn't pay her dowry. It led to an heated argument and the matter was taken to the king. The king told her it was an abomination in the land to marry without dowry. Oya insisted the deed was already done, which infuriated him. He banned her from kingdom. She looked at her parents' face and the tears got her angry. She stormed out and became a tornado headed towards Shango's house. Shango fortunately met Oromila in his shrine. He narrated what happened to him. He implored him to go home immediately to make beans cake, which he would use to appease her. He then warned him to be careful of the other wives. He quickly rushed home to make the food. His other wife watched in fear as he did. Immediately he finished, he went out and saw the tornado coming towards his house. The roofs of the house she passed got blown. Trees got uprooted from their roots. That was the first time Shango got very, very scared. As soon as she saw him, she turned into a buffalo and charged towards him. He quickly offered her the beans cake. The aroma softened her heart, and she broke her shawls and horns and gave it to him. Then she ate all the beans cake. They both apologized to each other and went inside. She instructed him to hit the horns together whenever they need her help. Some weeks later, Olorun sent his soldiers to kidnap King Ajaka in Oyo. The council of elders quickly alerted Shango and he went after the soldiers. When the fight got tough, he hit the horns together and Oya appeared as a storm. They both defeated the soldiers and returned the king home. As soon as they got back to Oyo, the council of elders dethroned Ajaka and enthroned Shango as the fourth Alafin of Oyo. Ajaka was then sent on exile. King Shango and his wives were feared all over the land. He built different houses for his wives and the palace and slept in the houses as he pleased. Oba noticed that Shango still preferred Osun's cooking, and it was obvious she was her favorite, so she approached her to tell her how to get love of their husband. Osun tricked Oba. She told her she used to cook his favorite soup by adding piece of her ear. Shango fell for it and convinced Shango to allow her cook for me. She thought if he could love her with parts of her ear, he would love her more by preparing the soup with her full ear. She chopped her left ear and made soup with it. He saw the ear floating in the soup and thought she wanted to poison him. He chased her out of the palace. She ran off and rested on a tree stump. She cried till she became a river goddess, goddess of matrimony. She is presently known as River Osun in Osun State, Nigeria. Shango found out about Osun's mischief and chased her too from the palace with so much range. She ran till she fell and became a river goddess, goddess of fertility in Osun State, Nigeria. Oya became the only wife of Shango and eventually gave birth to twins. The naming ceremony was the youngest ever in Yoruba land. Kings came from east, west, north, and south to celebrate him. The night of the naming, Oya pressed his husband to reveal his source of power to him. He was very good and he was in a very good mood, and he told her about the thunderstorms. She hid them for a while before she eventually opened up to him, but they were still in her custody. During his 7th year as the king, he appointed 2 generals, Timi Agbala, a master in shooting arrows with fire, and Bonka. They were eventually as powerful as Shango. Oya was scared. She told Shango to get rid of them. He ordered them to guard the 2 border towns. Later on, he planned to kill both of them, so he set them up. Bonga killed Timi before he realized they were set up by Shango, so he challenged him to the throne. Shango had to prepare. He called his wife to collect the thunderstones. He found out they were moist in winter period, which is a taboo in the Yoruba land. He climbed on a nearby rock to test the potency of the stones. Thunder struck and burned down the palace, killing his children and some of his guards. The people of Oyo were angry with Shango, so they chased him from the kingdom. He took Oya and some of his trusted chiefs with him and headed towards Nupe. They had to pass through Oya's town, Ira, so they could get to Nupe's before dawn. When they got there, she felt reluctant to pass through and not see his parents, so he took excuse. After Ira, they got to Kosoland. Bonka was already there to challenge Shango. The fight was so brutal, they both disappeared into the thin air with Bonka having the upper hand. Some of the chiefs ran back home to inform them about the demise of Shango. Meanwhile, Shango killed Bonka with thunder and burnt him to ashes. Oya heard of the demise of her husband, and committed suicide. As she fell to the ground, she became a river goddess called Odo Oya, River Oya. Shango went back to find his wife and heard about the death. He was so angry and sad. He wanted to burn down the whole Yoruba land with fire and thunder. The ancestors saw this and knew it would be the end of the race of the Yoruba kingdom. The earth opened up and swallowed them. Till today, they are deities and have worshippers around the world. River Oba, River Osun, and River Oya still exist till today. Thanks guys for watching this beautiful video. If you like this beautiful story, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to invite your